On KK Java tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk about Mockito add mock as well as add spy annotations. So first of all, we'll understand the concept. After that, we'll go through the couple of example so that we can have a better understanding. Yeah. So let's start. So first of all, let's talk about the add mock annotation. So this is the one of the most widely used annotation in Mockito framework, right? Then second point says use add mock annotation to create and inject mocked instances without having to call mockito.mock right manually. So here there are a couple of ways to create a mock instance of any interface or class. First of all, you can use either add mock annotation, and you have to enable programmatically um, Mockito framework annotation, right? And second, you can use this static method is called mock, right, which is under the Mockito class. So either you can use annotation or you can use this method, mock method. We can use Mockito class mock method to create a mock object of given class or interface. Of course, you can create a mock object of any interface. You don't require basically its implementation, or you can even create a mock object of class as well. Yeah. Now let's talk about add spy annotation. We can use add spy annotation to spy an existing instance. If you have an existing instance like array list or let's say employee service IMPL, then you can create a spy of these instances, right? We can use Mockito spy to partial mock on object. When we spy an object, the real methods are being called unless it's stopped, right? So this point is very important, really. So when you spy an object, then basically when you call the method, then that real methods are called on the real object, right? But when you get the mock object and when you call the method, right, then you instruct the Mockito when I call a specific method on the this mocked object, then what has to return, and based on those facts basically you continue with the testing. So most important thing is here, this is just a theoretical concept. Until unless we do not do these things programmatically, we cannot have a clear understanding. So let's jump to the Eclipse, and here we'll try to understand. So guys, here first of all let me show you one test case. Already I have written few of them. I will write manually, but here you can see what I have done. I have annotated this employee service IMPL. So here you can see I employee service. This is actual implementation, right? And this has a lot of method which basically performs CRUD operation with real database, right? And here one of the method I am going to use fetch employee by ID, and this basically makes call to the corresponding DAO layer, and DAO layer basically interact with the database, and that is fetching employee information for provided employee ID. If I look into my database, there are two employees as of now with ID 1 and 2, Paul and John, right? So now let's try to understand basically how mock and spy works differently, right? And in what scenario we should use what. So here you can see I have written one test case, and here of course to enable a spy, either you can annotate a class with at extend with and there you have to provide Mockito extension dot class if you are using Mockito with JUnit 5, right? Else there is another way to enable Mockito annotations that we'll see in after few minutes, right? So here you can see I have actual implementation, and I'm trying to get the spy of this actual implementation, right? And here I am, once we get the spy of actual implementation, then I'm using that object and try to print the hash code, right? And I'm calling the method. So this actual method will be called, right? This method basically calls to the database, and we get the output. So here ID we are providing one. So if I run it, then we'll see the output, right? I have overridden two string methods. So two string method in employee class is printing this entire employee information. So employee name is Paul, email, everything is getting printed, which is coming from the actual database, right? Now let's say if I run with the two, then this is fetching employee whose ID is 2, right? So here actual method is getting called, right? But if I annotate this reference as mock, then you are not going to call the actual method. Now in this case, we get the mocked object, and in this mocked object, if you call fetch employee by id, then this will give you a null, because this will not call the actual implementation. That's the first difference. That's the major difference. Here you can see it is printing null, and it is printing the basically hash code. That means objects mocked object is getting created, but it is not calling the actual implementation, right? So here you have to instruct the basically you have to instruct Mockito, right? So here something like that, you can instruct the Mockito like Mockito dot I'd say when, and method call what I'm instructing to the my Mockito. If someone calls something like this, right, with employee ID 2, then return, sorry, then return, I will supply here fake object, right? Some fake object you can supply, right? So that fake object I could get from my this example, right? So here I can have one object, right? And here employee ID I did not set, so no problem at all. So if you do not set, the employee ID will be displayed as 0. That's the default value. So what I am telling to the my Mockito, if someone asking employee with ID 2, or here you can pass any integer, right, any int as well. So something is called Mockito, sorry, Mockito dot any, there must be a method is called any int, right? If anybody calls this method with any integer, then I'm telling to the Mockito framework return this object. Okay, so that's the way basically that's the basically main purpose to create a Mockito object, right? And if I run, then you'll see what object is getting returned. So it is returning this information, right? This information is returning, and that's how we basically use basically mock object to test some API for that implementation doesn't exist at all. So even though instead of implementation, right, if I could make the interface as well. This is nothing but the interface, right? And we can achieve our testing, right? So if I don't know why this import is not working. That was supposed to work, but somehow it is not working. So there is some problem with the Eclipse. Even though if you supply the interface over here, still this should work, right? I'm going to do undo here. So that's the basically major difference between I'm going to undo these things. So I'll keep test for SPY only, right? So we were checking for a SPY, and this is the basically code which was initially, right? Now so here SPY we have used using annotation, right? Same we can do programmatically, right? So I'm going to copy. So here a method name is test employee. Okay, not a problem. So so a spy you can use, instead of doing the spying something like this, you can use programmatically as well, right? So if I could just a minute, I could copy and paste. I can create a new method itself, and here in this method what you can do, here instead, if you don't want annotation, right, then you don't need this annotation at class level. And here we can do something is called Mockito dot spy, so that you can use this method as well. So here you can do something is called test dot class, and you don't require the at spy at all if you use API, right? And here you get this one. I would say this something like this, right? Sorry. So employee service IMPL here, and this variable name we can give employee service, and it should go away, right? And that's the way we can use a spy directly, right? Instead of creating an instance variable type of employee service IMPL and rotating at a spy, you can use programmatically. So if I run, so still at this time uh, it should call the actual database, right? And here also you can do some kind of refactoring. Instead of uh, manually calling mockito.spy, you can do the kind of a static import, right? So here if I expand this one, here you can do a static import, right? Static, and here you can do something like .spy. Yeah, you can do the static import and you can achieve the same. Now let's go to write some more test cases to understand, to have a better understanding of a spy. So here first of all I'm going to do manually these things. So let's create a spy of array list, right? So here I'm going to create something is called mockito dot spy, and here you can pass like a new array list. Yeah, and data type I'm going to take like, let's say, string, right? So here basically just I'm creating an instance of existing object that is nothing but the array list, right? And here I'd say spy my list. Yeah, and if I call add method, right, let's say kk, and second string I'm going to add pk, right? And here of course I can use assert all, assert all, assert not assert all, assert equals, then expected, let's say here on this this is actual result, I'm calling the size method. So here actually when you create an spy of existing instance, then we are calling actual add method, so size we are expecting as 2, right? And of course this can have a static import as well. So let's simplify what you can do. Here you can write a static import, so directly you can use the method name dot spy. Yeah, and now if I run, this should pass. Cool, here you can see test case has been passed. So here you can see actually it is calling the basically actual add method. But if you create, instead of a spy, if you use mock, then let's say I'm doing mock, right? So mock also we can import, we can do the static import. Let's say if you call the mock instead of a spy, what it is telling, uh, so here if you put the cursor saying that type mock is not applicable for argument. So yeah, so if here let's revert me back, okay, so here let me back a spy, right? So a spy you can create like that, but if you want to create a mock for this guy, let's import mock, then syntax would be something like that. Here you have to uh, here you have to pass, here should be mock, and here you have to pass array list dot class, right? Array list dot class, and that way we can create a mock of this variable name I'm keeping as it is spy my, but this is a mock object, right? So when you call add method on mock, then this is not going to call the actual add method, right? And when you try to check the size, this would be the 0 instead of, so this test is going to be fail. So until unless you do not compare with the 0, right? So here you can see saying that expected it 2 but it was 0. So if you put 0 over here, right, then this case is going to be passed when you create a mock, because mock doesn't call the actual methods, right? So I hope you understood. So let me revert these things. So I'll keep for a spy only. Okay, so This is nothing but the spy, right? Spy. So how a spy works, I think you understood, right? So this is the programmatic approach. But if you want to create a spy with annotation that already I have shown you, but still, let's say I don't want to use programmatically. So what you can do, you can basically declare this stuff outside. Then you declare outside, then you can use private keyword, right? And here just you need to honor it, you don't need to this is at all, right? So what you can do, simply you can declare and you can annotate this guy as at spy, right? At spy, and that way we can create an instance of array list as a spy object, right? And now if I run this then this is going to be break. No, this yeah, this is going to be break because we have to use annotation to enable at spy. So there are a couple of ways you can enable annotations. First of all, what you can do, you can create like public void setup method, right? Any method name you can give, and inside this what you can do, you can enable annotation so that Mockito will detect these annotations like spy, mock and all. So here you have to do Mockito annotation dot open, and here you have to pass ground class or instance, right? If you do this, and you have to annotate this guy as before all, that's the GENUIT 5 annotation. And guys, as you know, in GENUIT 5 this method has to be static, right? So once you make it static, right, GENUIT 5 method which is annotated as at before all has to be static, right? If I make this method as static, then this keyword you cannot pass, right? Because this is not allowed in static context. Then what you have to do to resolve this guy, what you have to do, you have to write test instance, something like this, and here you have to pass life cycle as class level, right? And that's it, you are done. If I run, then this should work now. Cool, now it's working perfectly fine. But there are another approach to enable annotation like in Mockito. So if you don't want to do this, right, so comment this guy, even comment this one as well. Just you need to annotate a class at extends with. If you are using Mockito with GENUIT 5, then extend with, and here you need to pass Mockito extension, something is called Mockito extension dot class, and that's it. Now all the annotations in Mockito is enabled. If I run, then they should run perfectly fine, right? So it is running perfectly fine. So guys, I hope you understood what's the difference between at mock and at spy annotation. So whenever you want to get a spy object of real object, right, existing object, right, then real method of that object is getting called. But when you get the mock object of any interface or any class, then actual method is not going to call, right? So you have to instruct the Mockito. So if I call any method on a specific interface or mocked interface or mocked class, then what has to return, you are going to instruct basically to Mockito. But here thing is that we can also basically get a stub or mocked of a spy. So how we can do that, how we can get the stubbing of a spy. So here we can also stubbing a spy. How we can do that? So we have a API called Mockito dot something is called do return, right? Sorry, Mockito dot do return, right? So we can use this method do return to get the stub of a spy as well, right? So here I am going to write Mockito dot do. Of course you can do the static import for this as well, and here I am telling return let's say 40 uh, when and you have to pass the spy object. This is spy object, right? And you have to call get size, not get size but size, right? So here now if I use assert equals, even though you are adding two objects, but we got the stub of this spy object, and here you have to compare with 40, so you'll get the size as 40. So that's the way to get the stub of a spy. So if I run this, should run perfectly fine. Yeah, so this is working perfectly fine. So here basically this spy object, here what I'm telling to the Mockito, do return 40 when a spy my list size is getting called. So a spy my list or size, whenever you call, it will give the size as 40. Of course you can do this as a static input as well, right? So here you can do a static import something. Where is my Mockito? You can do some like static import. So static import, here we can do return. Yeah, so and control shift O for organize import. So that's all. If I run after doing this refactoring, this should run perfectly fine. So guys, that's all. We have enough discussion on what's the difference between spy and mock. So guys, big thank you for watching this video, and see you there in the next video tutorial.